Hello. Throughout the entirety of history, there's always been this conundrum around the science behind comedy and humor. We laugh, but we don't exactly know what makes something funny. And there's, I guess, this saying that goes like analyzing humor is like dissecting a frog, no one wants to do it and it dies or whatever. But if you clicked on this video, hopefully you're not questioning my desire to do this. Okay, be like that. Go off. Now there's probably, I don't know, a couple handfuls of comedians out there doing their thing, you know. But today our focus is on internet humor and YouTubers. Danny Gonzalez, specifically. That's right. I'm singling out Danny and his army of Gregs. Through today's video, we're gonna try to construct a narrative from the kind of jokes that Danny makes and piece together through what he chooses to show us about him and the way he entertains his audience, the specific sense of humor that he has cultivated. Now, it's worthy to mention here that because I have done immense research on both Wikipedia and Psychology Today, I am confident that my analysis is completely and utterly unreliable. Think of me as Sigmund Freud. Without further ado, let's jump into the analysis. The first video we're gonna watch is none other than his famed video about billion surprise toys. This video series launched him into massive success and controversy and established him as a pillar of the YouTube commentary community.
Hey Greg, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to my channel, and let's just jump into it.
Like all literature, you can see a lot from the beginning. Right off the bat, we get a reference to the Philip DeFranco show.
Let's just jump into it.
According to my research, humor is strongly associated with intelligence. Oftentimes, we laugh as a sign of subconscious acknowledgement that the joker's intelligence is, in that context, higher than ours. It is also widely known across YouTube that Philip DeFranco has, compared to others on the platform, a more intelligent audience. An audience who likes to talk about politics and economics and Shane Dawson conspiracy theories and the like. Ergo, this reference establishes Danny as part of that audience, suggesting that he is a person of high IQ and thus smart enough to entertain us with his jokes. We also get a fairly fluid zoom on his chill and nonchalant face as well as peace sign gestures. This is a subtle attempt to echo teen culture and the conventions by which we live and present ourselves. By appearing chill and down with the kids, Danny seeks to reduce the distance between him and us watching through a screen, resulting in us viewing him as a friend or an acquaintance. Based on this TED Talk that I watched, this reduction in distance has the effect of making things appear funnier, much like the way stumbling on a curb is funnier when it happens to a friend than a stranger. Good job, Danny. Let's keep watching.
Better. So let's check out this video. Let's see what Billion Surprise Toys is up to these days. So the dad is getting home from, I guess, like a badminton game, and he finds his son playing ball with a refrigerator. So the fridge is calling the dad Papa. So like, is this fridge related to these people? Is this the fridge's dad? I thought the dad was the little baby's dad, but maybe it's the fridge's dad? Maybe he's both their dads. Maybe the dad had an illegitimate child with a refrigerator?
Here we see Danny trying to make sense of this monstrosity of a video before him by linearly describing what he's seeing. Now, you may see the video and think, wow, that's pretty weird and unsettling, but not make anything of it. Danny here, however, is speculating the reason for such weirdness. He concerns us with the refrigerator's relationship to the character Papa, then later calls into question why this refrigerator was purchased, contradicting his theory that the fridge was Papa's son. The obvious explanation behind this contradiction is that he is making multiple guesses as to why Billion Surprise Toys makes the specific choices that it does. But what you may not have noticed is that we also get multiple zoom-ins on his face accompanying the various pauses throughout his sentences. My research indicates that there's an element of unexpectedness and humor that violates people's beliefs about how the world's supposed to be. Going along with this theory, these zoom-ins, which might appear like they're just there for emphasis, actually contribute to this unexpectedness. You didn't think the video was gonna zoom in there, but it does. Consequently, we can make the claim that having contradicting theories is a way of being unpredictable, on top of the already unpredictable video he was reacting to. Ah, Danny, what a mysterious dude. At the 420 mark, Danny diverts our attention to the fridge's behavior.
Wait, what the was the fridge just doing before the kid showed up? And when the kid's walking up, look, you can see its face and it's like trembling. He's scared. Dude, what the What if this food is like part of the fridge? Does opening the door and taking food out hurt the fridge? Is it like the same as me walking up to you and being like, hey, can I rip open your stomach and pull out your kidneys? Dude, this poor fridge, I feel bad for it now.
Behind all of his amazingly detailed analysis is an attempt to sympathize with the fridge in the video, probably going beyond what even Brilliant Surprise Toys' own animators have thought about this character. At this juncture, if you're like me, your short attention span has already caused you to lose focus and you're wondering, what's the point of all of this? Is Danny trying to tell us something about him or the YouTube community through subliminal messages? And my answer is yes, absolutely. To use Danny's words,
this shit is darker than I thought.
You see, throughout this video, we have concluded that Danny is intelligent and appeals to an intelligent crowd. He establishes himself as a charismatic peer that's just your typical friend next door who comes over to crack jokes and watch videos. We also notice that Danny has made statements that are paradoxical and that he appears to thoroughly sympathize with the very thing he was trying to criticize. Do all of these qualities remind you of something familiar? That's right, a cult leader. If there's one thing that pop culture has taught us about cult leaders, it's that they're charismatic. They possess this likability and relatability that makes them hard to resist. And what has Danny Gonzalez done right from the beginning of this video? That's right, relate to us. Relate to us through his cool and hip hand movements, as well as the rap segment at the end and the multiple music videos that he puts out. Also, ever heard of how cult leaders always recruit intelligent, educated people to join their cults? Yup, the Philip DeFranco reference wasn't random at all. Danny uses this illusion to attract bright, well-endowed individuals, trapping us right under his net. He also pretends to feel bad for the refrigerator, even though he previously commented on how uncanny its eyebrows and fingernails are and how weird its presence is. In addition, according to Refinery29, all cult leaders have in common their unpredictability. Do I even need to repeat my entire analysis about Danny's efforts to be unpredictable? This last piece of evidence I have is a pretty damning one. If you've ever learned about the nature of cults, you know that as one develops, its dominating leader sets rules for its members and slowly cuts them from communicating with the outside world, expressing harsh disapproval when such rules get broken. And what does Danny Gonzalez say at the end of his videos? Well, I'll just let his most recent video speak for itself.
Make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is my fan base here on YouTube. If you're part of Greg, then you're part of the fastest growing army on the internet. Please don't look it up. I've seen a lot of people saying that they're going to look it up or that they have looked it up. Guys, listen to me very carefully. If you look up if Greg is the fastest growing army on the internet, you have betrayed my trust, alright? I don't care what it says. I mean, it will say that I'm right, I promise you that, but if you look it up, then you really don't trust me, and that shows. And that's not a very Greg move, I gotta say. So please don't be looking that up. Just hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and you can be truly Greg.
Greg is a cult. YouTube be warned. I have a question for you. What do Freud, Skinner, and Pavlov all have in common? They're nothing compared to me.